This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel Game of the Week.
Welcome back, baseball fans. 1972-82 Fall League, another and last wild card playoff game in the American League between the number 5 Cleveland Indians and the number 4 New York Yankees. This is the fourth and final individual wild card playoff game before we go to the divisional round. Cleveland Indians, of course, in our realignment of our league, are in their own division, the American League North, along with the Tigers, Expos, and Expansion Ohio team. So Cleveland's path to the playoffs is a lot easier than it would have been back in historic baseball, where they were in the American League East, having to compete with the aforementioned teams, plus the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Orioles. So that's why we see Cleveland in the playoffs more so, which is a good thing, in my opinion. And the Yankees, if you're wondering, I'm sure you are, this is the latest installment of a Yankee team that has done nothing in the Fall League. That's right, from 76, 77, 78, the golden years of Billy Martin and then Reggie, 79, 80, 81 World Series. So far, the New York Yankees have not been in a World Series in this timeline. We've had Boston win a World Series. We've had Baltimore win a World Series. We've had the Dodgers win a World Series. But so far, the Yankees have not sniffed one, and if they, the clock's ticking. That doomsday clock for the Yankees is getting closer to midnight, and pretty soon they're going to end up with the Roger Ericksons and the Mike Morgans and the Butch Winnegers on the roster, and yeah, you get the idea when the 80s roll around. And waiting patiently for Don Mattingly to arrive. Cleveland, on the other hand, boy, this is a fun team. Fun offense. Of course, they draw tons of walks with the human rain delay, Mike Hargrove, Toby Harrah, plus a rookie Joe Charbonnet, Andre Thornton. Great team. Let's take a look at the standings here in the American League and see how it all happened. The Indians fought valiantly, but the Expos were just too much in this division. And the Expos win it with the number 1 seed. So a very good Cleveland team as the number 5 wild card, probably achieving highly with their cards, perhaps overachieving, while the Yankees are doing what they usually do, underachieving with great Strat-O-Matic cards, even though they barely edged out Baltimore in the East, having to beat them 4 out of 5 times at the end of the buzzer there. Baltimore, of course, got in as a wild card only to lose. So Indians Expos, Indians Yankees, winner gets the Expos. Oh boy, folks. So that's what we have today in Yankee Stadium. Cleveland at New York. Your pitching matchups. My goodness, folks. You get everything here at the YouTube Carryover League. For the Indians, you got Bert Belle 11. Yes, he was an Indian, if you're wondering, because he had a suitcase that was full of those travel tags. Was, of course, with the Twins. Was with the Pirates. Would go to the Angels. And the Twins again for a second go-around. But in 81 for those Indians, 11-7, 289 ERA, 159 innings, just 9 home runs allowed. What a great performance in Cleveland for Bert Belle 11. And for the Yankees, it'll be Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry, 1979. Of course, he had won 25-3 in 78. So he can't really follow that up, but he still has a very underrated year in 79 when the Yankees missed the playoffs. He was arguably their best player in 79. He was 18-8 with a 2.78 ERA in 236 innings. Probably would have won 20 games for most other teams, but the Yankees did stumble the year they lost their captain, that of course being 1979. So it is Bert Belle 11, Ron Guidry, 1 game and you're done. Something about you wake up in the morning and you go, what happens if we lose? Oh, you go home. That's it. You go home. It's a different feeling. You know, when you play a 5-7 game series, you're like, if we lose, so we'll come back tomorrow. No, there's no tomorrow. It's one and done in the wild card format, folks. Welcome to Yankee Stadium, Cleveland at New York. Leading off for the Indians, it'll be Toby Harrah. 38 is a base hit for the ace-stealing Harrah. Today's catcher, the Yankees, free agent Dave Rader, with Thurman Munson on the bench. And he's going to take off. And he's in there on a 2, and you got his T rating. It's a good one, though. It's a 1-4. So a very good T rating. Doesn't matter. The ball travels into center field. Willie Wilson, the Yankee center fielder, retrieves it and throws it back into the infield. Meanwhile, Toby Harrah dusts his pants off at third base, and the Indians have something going on. It'll be Alan Bannister, runner at third. 58 is a strikeout. They bring the infield up for Miguel Delaney. 64 off the Guidry card. Homer 1 of 13, double the rest. That is a single dot because Delaney doesn't have power. Indians draw first blood, and Delaney's a double A stealer. He's going to steal, and he steals second base. So the Yankees had a choice of catcher today, and they went with a big bat of Dave Rader versus Munson's last year in the game that we've prolonged, of course, in the carryover format, all the way through to 82. But the speed here is, it's working thus far. Runner at second, 1 out for Andre Thornton. 110, short. And with 2 outs, it's Joe Charbonneau, 59, second X. Second baseman today is Larry Milbourne. He's a 3.27 at second base. And he gives up a single. No Willie Randolph in New York, if you're wondering. So runners on the corners with 2 outs for Mike Hargrove. 2-6 is a walk. The bases are loaded for Jerry Dubzinski, the Cleveland shortstop. Here's the pitch. 5-11 off Guidry is a bouncer to second X. Same guy, 3.27, and he makes the play. Well, Guidry dodges a bullet there. The Indians were trying to run him off the field, and they may regret just getting 1 run in that rally, particularly with the leadoff guy reaching third base on throwing error. They had 2 more singles and a walk, and we couldn't bring any of those guys home. The New York Yankees, leading off for them, is Bill North. 4-5 off Bly-11, double 1 to 3, base hit, and they're not going to hesitate. Yankees went out and bought some speed in free agency. They bought Bill North. They went out and signed Willie Wilson. So, yeah, they got some speedsters on a team that didn't have a lot of speed. Let's see how it works. He's going to steal second. Going to be close. Should be in there. 17, double A stealer. He's going to be safe. Willie Wilson. 2-6 for Wilson. Double 1 to 2, base hit. That is a base hit. That is an RBI. We got a 1-1 affair. And Wilson's going to steal. He steals second base. So you have seen 4 stolen bases in the first inning. How many? Hey, folks, you've been watching my channel. How many times have you seen 4 stolen bases in 1 inning of one of my Strat-O-Matic games? If the answer is 0, you'd be correct, because I don't ever recall stealing so much. But hey, so I had to switch it up a little bit. A, double A, double A, double A. So Wilson's at second. Nobody out still. Dave Rader, staying out of a double play situation, will swing away. 56 is a K. And now you got Reggie with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. 65, short X. This is Dubzinski, a 3.24 shortstop, and that is single dot dot, and the Yanks take a lead. Larry Milbourne, runner at first, 1 out. 42, center, and with 2 outs. Jim Spencer, 45, double 1 to 3 off Bly-11 is a base hit, and Reggie ends up at third. With 2 outs and 2 on, it'll be Greg Nettles. 48 is a K off the Bly-11 card. So both teams send 7 to the plate. Cannot do more damage. Yankees get a 2-1 lead. Could have been a lot worse for both pitchers. Top of the second. That'll be Rick Manning leading off. 32, bounces to third. Mike Heath, the backup catcher against lefties, with Ron Hasse, the catcher versus righties. 2-7 flies to left, and with 2 outs, Back up top to Toby Harrah. 1-7's a walk. Does he dare steal another base? He's going to try it. And it's going to be close. 15, but you got 16, 17, minus 3 is 14. He's safe. That's 5 stolen bases. Oh my goodness. I might as well go for a record. Alan Bannister. 65 off of Guidry. That's a double to left field. And the Indians have tied the game at 2. Miguel Delaney. 37 is a K. Bottom of the second. It'll be Jay Johnstone. 2-2. Center field B plus injury. So Jay Johnstone, nice little left-handed bat, is out of the game. He was a 307 hitter. So with that injury, Johnstone will leave, and the Yankees will bring in a 307 hitter in Lou Panella. So they lose a 307 hitter, and they replace him with another 307 hitter. That's a New York thing to do. Yeah. Bucky Dent. 6'10", third X. Third baseman is Harrah. He's a 314 or... No, he's a 323, my bad. That's going to be a single off of Toby Harrah. Bucky Dent is on. It'll be Bill North. 1-6 for North is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Willie Wilson. 56 is another K. Blyleven battles back. We go to the third. We're tied at 2. It's Andre Thornton. 66. Double 1-4 off of Guidry's a base hit. And now you got the newest kid in town. Who's the newest kid in town? Joe Charbonneau for the Indians. Here's the pitch. 3-6 is a walk. 2 on for Hargrove. 38 is a K. Dubzinski, 59. Second X. Milbourne. 327 on the double play. Huge break for the Yankees. I was about to bemoan the defense of Milbourne because knowing that if they had Willie Randolph, these would be double plays. They get the double play anyway, though. So that's very beneficial to the Yankees, who struggle with defense here with this array of players. Bottom of the third, it'll be Dave Rader. 47's a base hit. And now Reggie. 2-6. Let's take a look at Reggie Jackson's card of 1980. Arguably his best year. Well, you know, he hit 300 and he hit 41 home runs. Though I think he hit 47 home runs and was an ace stealer and was a 1 in the outfield one of his other years. So I really don't think I can clinch this as his best year. Probably his best statistical year in Yankee Stadium, though. 41 homers, a 300 average. 2-6 homer, 1-11. Cannot quite get it, though. It's going to be a double. And Rader ends up at third base. Second and third, A. Bunning, Larry Milbourne. They're going to have to bring the infield up. 3-6. Let's take a look at this card, folks. Larry Milbourne. Trivia question. Who led the Yankees in hitting in 1981 when they lost the World Series to the Dodgers? If you would have said Larry Milbourne, you would have been correct. He did. He hit 313 with this card. And single ... here is a nice little 2-run single. We got a 4-2 game. Jim Spencer, 48 is a K. Greg Nettles, 38 is a base hit to center. Milbourne, 16 runner. Manning, -1. I'm just going to go coast to coast with 1 out. And he barely slides in. Look at this, 15. That's exactly what he needed to get to third. Larry Milbourne, the timely hit. And he's got the wheels to get to third against a -1 arm center fielder. And he turned a double play at the top of the inning. So maybe they don't miss Willie Randolph after all, huh? So, runners on the corners, 1 out. Blyleven is in trouble, down 2. And they lost Jay Johnstone, of course, to injury. So this is going to be Lou Panella. So they're going to play back in this situation, knowing that Panella could hit into a double play. Here's the pitch. 1-5. Let's take a look at Lou Panella's card. On the bench to start the game against a righty. Normally plays against lefties. For the Yankees in 82, like I said, he hit 307 with 6 homers and 261 at-bats. Homer, 1-6, fly ball the rest, and when we look up, Lou Vanella just hit a shot. A 3-run bomb off the bench in a wild card game, and it's 7-2 Yankees. That's very reminiscent of that World Series era Lou Panella, 77-78, what just happened there, folks. 3-run homer off of Blyleven. Now I got to see, did we get Blyleven's point of weakness? He put a ton of guys on it. If it's 10, he hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So we're calling Blyleven at a point of weakness in the 3rd inning. It's a wild card game. This is a regular season game. I keep him in there a little bit longer to save the bullpen. What are you saving it for? This is it, folks. Who's on? You got Bucky Dent. Now, Dent's not somebody to incur a pitching change. We'll let him pitch to him and see what happens. 37's a grounder to short. And with 2 outs, back up top to Bill North, who's better against lefties anyway, so we'll pitch to him. 53, pitcher. So we'll watch Blyleven closely and see if we want to hook him in the 4th, see if Cleveland can get some kind of a rally going here. 7-2 Yankees. Because Jay Johnstone got hurt in the 2nd inning, and Lou Panella came off the bench with a 3-run homer in the 3rd, and Larry Milbourne became a Gold Glove second baseman and a clutch hitter and a good base runner. So that's where we are. Into the 4th, Rick Manning for the Indians. Pretty subdued after this hot start, and someone just let the air out of their parachute here. They got to get something going against Ron Guidry. It's not going to be easy for the Indians. Rick Manning leads off. 2-6, grounds to 3rd. Mike Heath, 63. Pitcher X. Guidry's an E6. And he makes the play. And with 2 outs, Toby Hara. Palindrome last name. Same way, forwards and backwards. 3-6 is a walk. A stealer, but suddenly the notion of stealing bases is not going to happen to shorten an inning when you need a bunch of runs. Alan Bannister, hopefully holding that guy at first, will create a hole that he can smack a ball through. Alan Bannister, here's the pitch. 2-10, skies to center field. 7-2 Yanks, bottom of the 4th. Frankly, Willie Wilson's better against lefties. Everybody else after that is better against righties. So this might be Blyleven's last batter. Willie Wilson leading off in the bottom of the 4th. 2-9 is a base hit, and that wouldn't matter either way. That'll do it. Blyleven, can't believe he's being summoned. This is a pretty good Cleveland bullpen, and they have to pull out the miracle. Down 5. Jim Kern is a magnificent closer if it gets to that point. Rod Scurry's a great setup guy. Will McEnany, Tom Buskey. This is a good Cleveland bullpen. They need to get their first of 2 lefties involved. That's McEnany. So Will McEnany will come on into the 4th. He was a Cardinal in 1979, had a .295 ERA in 64 innings. And McEnany has to stop the bleeding here for the Indians. In the 4th, Will McEnany will face Dave Rader. And do we go to the Yankee captain in this situation? I know it's early. But then again, I have to consider that. Are the Indians really going to attempt stealing more bases off of Dave Rader? I think I got to turn this thing over, yeah. We're going to pinch hit for Dave Rader with the Yankee captain, Thurman Munson, to finish the game. The defensive catcher will split time. Rader did what Rader needed to do and will leave. So it'll be Thurman Munson batting for Dave Rader as the new catcher for the Yankees. -2 arm catcher, by the way. Munson might actually hit and run. Actually, he will. Munson's going to hit and run in this situation. Rolls a 7. Means the runner has to steal. Rolls a 16. And I think Wilson just got thrown out by the nice arm of Mike Heath. He did. So unfortunately, Munson comes off the bench and swings through a hit and run, and we got a guy caught stealing. That's not what the Yankees wanted. So now Munson will swing away with 1 out. 67 is a liner to short. And with 2 outs, it's Reggie. Hit a nice double. He's 2 for 2 in a wild card game. 2-7 against the lefty. It's homer 1. Fly ball the rest. It's fly ball the rest. 7-2 in the 5th. Guidry's a starter 8. Oh, and if you're wondering, the Yankees, arguably the best bullpen in the league. You got Rich Gossage. You got Dave Righetti, Dick Tidrow, and Terry Leach. And a 5-run lead of Ron Guidry on the hill in Yankee Stadium. It's looking good for them on paper. Top of the 5th, Miguel Delaney. 68 is a walk. Like I said, though, not going to steal against the -2 Thurman Munson, down 5 runs. Andre Thornton, 411. Right X, the right fielder, is Bill North. They have 2 center fielders in their outfield. Wilson's the better one. He's in center. North moves over to right, where he's a 2-6. He makes the catch. Joe Charbonneau. 48 off Guidry is a sky to left. Done with 2 outs. It's Hargrove. 3-6 is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs. Need a big at-bat here out of Jerry DeBoo. Jerry Dubzinski. 2-8, though, is a bouncer to third. Guidry putting a lot of guys on base. Wiggled out of most of these. Has yet to have a perfect inning, but has a 7-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Bottom of the 5th from Yankee Stadium. These fans having a blast. I've not had a lot to cheer for in the Fall League. Like I said, they've seen this Yankee team fold up like a cheap suit, but they're looking pretty good today. McEnany will continue. He'll face Larry Milbourne. 45, pops to third. Jim Spencer, 58, pops to short. And with 2 outs, Greg Nettles, 311, pops to first. 2 very solid innings for McEnany. You know, if they only had a great lefty starter, the Cleveland, like Sam McDowell or, you know, one of the old guys like that. You know, but it's Bert Belle, Len Barker, Brian Kingman, and Rick Wortham is the lefty. So it's a real shame they don't have a lefty to go to in this wild card game. Top of the 6th. For the Indians, it'll be Rick Manning leading off. 1-7 is a K. Mike Heath, 33, short. And with 2 outs, it'll be Toby Harrah. 68 is a walk. He has reached every time. Now you got Alan Bannister. 1-8 for Bannister. Triple 1-4. Single ... It's single ... And again, Guidry struggling. And it's Miguel Delaney. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch to Delaney. 67 off of Guidry. Single 1-9. They get it. They punch out the single. Yankee manager, we decided that Billy Martin's managing Oakland, so we're going to call Bob Lemon the manager. The Yankee manager's on the phone. We know we got Guidry, a year removed from that Cy Young year of 78. But this is a wild card game, and you got to take care of business. You cannot let this thing slip away, or you're going to lose your job to Mr. Steinbrenner. So, that's a single. Bannister's at second. Delaney's at first. Andre Thornton. You want to curb any chance at a homer here. So do we take Guidry out with his extremely deep bullpen? The answer is yeah. That will do it. So the Yankees are indeed going to pull Guidry. Kind of doing a Cleveland thing by going from righty to lefty. They're going to go from lefty to righty. So Guidry has really been rocky the whole time through here. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 base runners. So he's lucky to get through 5 2/3. And they're going to go Terry Leach in the 6th. See if they can get the final out in a 7-3 game. Terry Leach was a Met in 81. The 2.57 ERA in 35 innings. Terry Leach asked to get the final out. They have Rigetti and Gossage. Maybe they're thinking a little bit ahead of themselves, but they'd like to save the bullpen a little bit for the divisional series and not, you know, go 2 innings with each of these guys and have Rigetti and Gossage full strength for the divisional series. So, but anyway, here's Terry Leach against Andre Thornton. Runners at first and second, 2 outs in a 7-3 game. The pitch to Andre Thornton. 3-2 as I pop to second base. Bottom of the 6th. McEnany is a relief too. We can go back to a righty now. Indians will. We'll go to Buskey in the 6th and then probably turn it over to Scurry once we get closer to Reggie and so forth and the lefties. So Tom Buskey will come trotting down to the Cleveland bullpen. He was a Blue Jay actually in 1979. He was 6-10 with a 3.42 ERA in 79. Pitched for the Indians and the Blue Jays in this timeline. Nice little reliever there. Tom Buskey comes on in the 6th to face Lou Panella. And listen to these fans. His first at-bat since the 3-run bomb. The pitch to Lou Panella. 3-6 is a K. Bucky Dent. 55, short X. Cleveland shortstop Dubzinski's a 324, makes the play. And with 2 outs, it's Bill North. Bill North, 1-8, triple 1-3, base hit. North will try a stolen base, and he's going to be safe on the 12. Runner scoring position for Willie Wilson. 56 is a K. We go to the 7th, 7-3 game. Still a lot of baseball left. Leach will continue. Again, we've got Righetti warming. Will not hesitate. You know, you got Righetti and Gossage with 9 outs to get, and you got a 4-run lead. So Leach's got to be on his P's and Q's or he's gone. Joe Charbonnet leads off. 2-4 bounce to short. Now you got Hargrove. The question remains, they got to really, the Indians are much better against righties, and they have Ron Hasse, Del Unser, and Kuiper all on the bench. And you know what? It might be a good idea to keep them there. And by doing that, it means let's go get Righetti into this affair. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to pull Leach, and, you know, 4-run game, you're going to have to beat Dave Righetti. Let's take a look at Dave Righetti's 1981 brilliant year. Both he and Fernando were rookies and faced each other in the World Series. Righetti did not get a Rookie of the Year. Oh, I don't think he did. He was 8-4 with a 2.06 ERA and 105 innings. Eventually moves to the Yankee bullpen. We put him there now because we already had Tommy John and Ron Guidry in the rotation, so we had to put Guidry in the bullpen. Righetti will get in the rotation probably next year, and Tommy John will move along to a new team, you think? Dave Righetti comes on in the 7th inning to face Mike Hargrove. Here's the pitch. 68 is a walk off Righetti. Now you got Jerry the Boo-Boo-Boo. 5'10 catcher's card, but you got Munson. Thurman's a 2E11. Wild pitch, that's fine, and they're out. Runner goes to second base with 2 outs, and it's Rick Manning. 58 is a strikeout. It is stretch time in Yankee Stadium. They seem to have this thing under control. A 7-3 lead. We have, of course, been enjoying the Studio 54 New York stylings of Blondie's Parallel Lines, 1978, featuring Hanging on the Telephone, Sunday Girl, of course, which you're hearing here now. A Heart of Glass. You get the idea. The Brilliant Blondie, 1978. All right, back to the game. Bottom of the 7th. Buskey will face Munson, then we'll go to the lefty. Thurman Munson leads off. 2-4, bounce to third. And now they'll turn this thing over. So Buskey went an inning and a third. And they'll turn it over to Rod Scurry as these lefties are coming up. Rod Scurry, a nice Pittsburgh pitcher of 1982, 4-5, 174 ERA and 104 innings. Cleveland somehow got a hold of him. Really good pitching staff, Cleveland. They are not, this is not an accident that Cleveland is here. They're a very, very good team. And don't be surprised if they, come back in this thing. I'm not ruling it out. This is a really talented team here. Rod Scurry will face Reggie with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. And here's the pitch. 1-5 for Reggie is a K. With 2 outs, it's Larry Milbourne. 1-5 for Milbourne's a double. Now you got Jim Spencer. 65 off Scurry, short X. Dubzinski a 3-24, but he makes the play. We go to the 8th, 7-3. Righetti, he's relief. Technically, he's relief 3. Starter 7. Mike Heath will lead off in the 8th for the Indians. Hey, 3-10's a base hit for your number 9 hitter. That's a good start for Cleveland. And now you got to deal with Toby Harrah. He's got to hit a walk, and a walk. Probably did that a lot in his career. Eventually, Toby goes to the Yankees and kind of bombs in the early, I think in 83, 84. And that's pretty much the last we hear of Toby. But up until then, he is outstanding in Cleveland. Here's the pitch to Toby Harrah. 58 off Righetti is a K. Alan Bannister. 2-3, pops to third, and with 2 outs, it's Miguel Delaney. 57's a K, and Righetti pumps his whatever. Inning and 2/3 for him. In a 7-3 affair. Rod Scurry will face Greg Nettles. 67's a K. That'll be it for Scurry. He goes an inning. They've gone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the third. We'll go to Jim Kern, try to get the final 2 outs of the 8th inning to give Cleveland some chance here. Jim Kern, 79, 13-5, a .157 ERA, and 143 innings for the Texas Rangers. What a shame it was for Jim Kern. He was the most baddest of all the closers in baseball. Then he had arm problems. He struggled, and then he came back and was a decent setup guy. But boy, 79 Jim Kern was just nasty. A lot of people don't remember how nasty Jim Kern was. He comes on in the 8th. He'll face Lou Panella, who has the turning point of this game to this point. 1-6 is a base hit for Lou. Bucky Dent with 1 out. 58 is a K, and with 2 outs, back up top to Bill North. 67 is a strikeout. We'll go to the 9th inning of a 7-3 game, and the Yankees are not going to put any suspense in this whatsoever. They're just going to go to Gossage with a 4-run lead here in the 9th. Goose Gossage, as it says on his card, used to say Rich Gossage, and then they got, let's put his nickname on there and see. Anyway, 81 Gossage, 3-2, 77-cent ERA. You can't even buy an ERA like that at the Dollar Tree. You didn't get a damn thing at the Dollar Tree with that earned run average, Goose. 77 cents in 1981 for Rich Gossage. In the 9th, Indians, if you want to bring those lefties in, you might as well do it now. Andre Thornton, though, be hard pressed to find a better hitter than him on the bench, but Andre Thornton will lead off in the 9th. 6-10 off of Gossage's second X. This is Mr. Milbourne, and he makes the play. And Larry Milbourne's defense has done enough today to help the Yankees probably win this game. We're going to have a pinch hitter here. We got to get Ron Hasse into this thing. Ron Hasse only hit .318 in 1980, and he's left-handed. We need to get him into the game. Look at this Ron Hasse card. That's what I'm saying. This is not a fluke Cleveland team. He hit .318 in 80. Triple H, Hasse, Hargrove, Hara. And here is Ron Hasse. 48 off of Gossage is a strikeout. And with 2 outs, it is Mike Hargrove. And this is your Cleveland season. That's to keep it going. Mike Hargrove, the pitch. 2-7, he draws the walk in a 13-pitch at-bat to drive Gossage nuts. And now you got Jerry Dubzinski. You can pull him for Kuiper, who's a left-handed bat. Actually, you can pull him for Del Unser, who's a better left-handed bat, and then move Kuiper into that position later. Del Unser will pinch hit here for Dubzinski against Gossage with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch to Del Unser. 34 is a sky to center field, and there it is, folks. The Yankees had all changed in the 3rd inning of this one, when with 2 on and 1 out, they got a double play out of a very average second baseman, and that same guy got a 2-run single and a bench player who only was playing because of an injury. It's a 3-run homer. Yankees do Yankee stuff, folks. They make a deal with the you-know-what. That's what the Yankees did, right? They made a deal with the bad guys, with the red guy with the horns and stuff. That's what they just did there. Okay, we'll see. See how far it takes you, New York. Gossage, yeah. Just a walk and a K in the 9th. Righetti won an inning in 2/3. Gave up a walk and a K. A hit, a walk, and 3 Ks. Nice job for Leach getting a couple batters out when Cleveland was threatening. And then, of course, Guidry gets the win, but it was pretty shaky throughout. 7 hits and 3 runs. Only 1 was earned. 2 were earned. We had 7 walks for Guidry. That's what I'm saying. Cleveland draws walks, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks in the first 5 innings, 7 walks total. Meanwhile, the Yankees won that game without drawing a base on balls. I don't know if you believe in these analytics, folks, but the Indians walked 9 times. The Yankees did not draw a walk and struck out 11 times, and they won the game. So this is what you would call one of those reverse analytics games, folks, where the Indians probably win this thing. You know, this homer is a fly ball, the rest right there. This double play is a single, and they keep adding on to this inning, and the Indians probably win this game 7-6. But, yeah, probably a discussion for another day, I suppose. Let's see. Kern gave up a hit in 2 Ks. Let's see. Scurry came in the 7th for an inning. Gave up a hit in a K. Tom Buskey went an inning and a third. He gave up a hit in 3 Ks. Took that 1 K away from him. Actually, yeah, he gets a K and he gets a K. Okay. McEnany. Hey, you know, in the middle innings here, it was McEnany coming in for Blyleven. Settled it down, but the Yankees by that point had all the runs they needed. So Blyleven really has the goat horns today. He put 11 hits and 7 runs, and just could not get the pitch to get out of those innings. No walks and 6 strikeouts. That's probably a case of his control was too good. He kept the ball near the middle of the plate, and Panella smacked one out. 1-0-1-9, 0-1, 0-8, 7-14-3-8. 7-14-3-8. Folks, all the division winners are still alive. What the wild card round has done is eliminate all the wild card teams. They're all gone. It was Cleveland and New York. And we'll get to the box here for the Yankees will play the Expos. It's a pretty interesting tournament because the Expos are the #1 team, but they're untested. You know, they're a young team. They don't have a lot of experience. They got incredible players for the Expos from 79 to 82. And the other team is the Brewers, also untested. The Angels are tested. They went to the World Series a year ago. Yankees 19-13, but they're only hitting .259. They got a 3.03 ERA. Rich Gossage is 12 saves, 20 innings. Well, yeah. And yeah, Righetti and Gossage, man. Phew, that's too much. Reggie's got 8 homers and 22 RBIs and 39 hits to pace the Yankees. So he is delivering the goods as you would expect. Cleveland, you know what? If their season ends at the hands of the Expos and the Yankees, it wouldn't be a bad thing because they're meeting in the next round. So we know they've just been eliminated by some good teams. Cleveland's hitting .279, but unfortunately their ERA is 5.07, and that is just not going to cut it. Blyleven was 3-4 this year. His ERA is over 4.5. Just did not work out with Blyleven as the ace. Len Barker wasn't a lot better. Kern was a good closer. Again, this team drew a ton of walks, but actually they scored 143 runs, gave up 139, which is pretty average. We'll go over here and look at, so here's, like I said, the Yankees will face the Expos, and the Brewers will visit the Angels in the American League. We'll give you some pitching matchups. So, it's kind of shame the Indians are done, but they are. My goodness. So, the divisional round in this bracket, it will be the Yankees going to Expo Land, face the Expos. It'll be Tommy John at Steve Rogers, then Luis Leal at Bill Gullickson. Then we'll have Guidry, after 3 days off, resuming against Rudy May, who eventually becomes a Yankee. He's presently in Expo. And then Bill Caudill, Scott Sanderson in Game 4. This smells like Expos to me. I think they got the pitching matchups in most of these. Well, there you go, folks. Well, that's what you're rooting for. You got the Expos, the underdog, the David versus Goliath boy. That's going to be it. Yankees Expos. I think I know who most of you fans are going to be rooting for in that one. That's it tonight. Break up the Bronx Bombers. They did, in fact, outlast the Indians and advance to the divisional round. We'll see you next time.